I love trying new crafts and hobbies, and I did try quite a lot already, so today, even though nobody asked me to, I'm gonna rate them. Air dry clay making. This is gonna be a 10 out of 10. This is the hobby that I've stuck with the longest and I'm obsessed with it. There is probably nothing that I haven't tried making out of it. I tried doing earrings, dishes, cups, rings, mirror holders. I did several collections inspired by things that I like anime or music, just decorations and stuff. I just love seeing this gray lump of something turn into a beautiful finished product. Polymer clay. This is gonna be a 3 out of 10. I admire people who can do beautiful things with polymer clay, but I'm not one of those people. I tried it once and I just hated how hard it was. I didn't like the fact that it's already comes in colors, so you have to mix other colors together, and when you're doing it by hand it's very difficult. And to make it easier you have to buy extra tools like the pasta flattener thing and then the clay extractor, and also I don't like that you have to bake it, so there are multiple extra steps that you can avoid when you're working with air dry clay. Sponge needling. I tried it twice already. I made 2 small rugs and I actually enjoyed the process, and I think when you have quality materials it's gonna be a much more pleasurable experience because I didn't have quality materials. The fabric kept loosening in my embroidery hoop, even though it was on a more expensive side. I did try to find something that will actually hold it. And also the yarn that I used was just a 100% acrylic yarn, which is not the best quality as far as I understand. It just overall it wasn't the best quality product, but I did enjoy the process and it was very fast. I finished the rug with a frog in a couple of hours. Crochet. This is gonna be a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed the process. I did try making several different things like hats, balaclava, a book cover, a plushie. It was very interesting learning how to do it and actually creating a usable product. But at the same time, I don't really like the fact that I can't do it on my own. I have to watch a tutorial, but at the same time, there are no tutorials for the things that I want to do. So I'm kind of getting stuck. Knitting, 5 out of 10. With knitting, you can do more serious things like actual clothes and stuff, but for me it seems a bit more inconvenient than crocheting. Sometimes when I made a mistake, I had to take the whole thing apart and find the place where I did a mistake if I noticed it late, and it just you have to have a lot of patience to do that or be very attentive not to make any mistakes. But the ASMR the knitting needles make is the best, and maybe one day I will actually make something that I will be able to wear, because the 2 things that I did were, because it was 100% acrylic yarn, they were super stiff, and a lot of people in the comments told me to wash it or do something with it to loosen up the yarn, but it was too late because I moved and I had to get rid of those clothes. So maybe next time I will try that. Paint by number. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because I really like drawing, but sometimes you just don't want this pressure of trying to draw something and make it look good and then color it and just choose the colors for yourself, and I just want to relax, just take the brush and the paints and just let it guide you. And also there's a special joy in seeing the picture come together with those little blobs of paint you put on there. But sometimes the paints are not opaque enough, which can ruin the experience a little bit, and sometimes they stink. Like the last ones that I got, they were a little fishy. Diamond paintings. The sticky ASMR sound is amazing. I really like the process. The final product of the first picture I did wasn't looking the greatest, I think, because I specifically ordered custom paintings with a lot of stuff going on in them, because first of all I wanted to test how it's going to be looking like, because this was my first custom painting, and I wanted to see if they will be able to pull it off, and they kind of did, because from far away it looks okay. And also I felt like using just 3 colors would be a little too boring for me, and I also was making video out of it, so I thought it was going to be a little bit more boring to watch. But definitely next time I'm going to be ordering something with less intense, because changing colors every second really becomes a chore. Baking. I don't know if it qualifies as a craft or a hobby, but I did try baking those viral Korean cakes and also some other stuff, and most of the time my things look visually terrible and stuff went wrong, but they tasted good, and I think that's what's important. So I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. Ukulele. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. I've really enjoyed learning how to play it.
It's perfect for a beginner.
Perfect for a
So
beginner.
first, A minor.
I really enjoyed learning my first song, which was the song that everybody learns the first, I think. What is it called? I forgot now. But then I learned Danny Gonzalez's I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus, which was a lot of fun for me. Every Christmas I'm a very good boy. I put up milking cookies for this guy to enjoy. Santa never brings the right toy. But at the same time, I think I like the guitar sound more. So next time I'm gonna try to learn how to play guitar. Lego knockoff thingies, I don't know how to call it, but I tried doing this little izakaya and then also a Shrek Lego painting. Again, it's not actually Lego, it's like knockoffs, which are much cheaper, and people are usually very, very angry and pissed off at people who buy these things. I don't know why, because they're so defensive of Lego, but I actually enjoyed constructing these. The izakaya one I liked better because there are so many different things and it was in 3D and it actually looks like a little house. The painting one I didn't enjoy that much because it didn't have any colors other than gray and it was a little boring, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. Making stickers, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoy drawing little silly things and then actually making them into a physical product you can touch and you can use, and it's like it's amazing. But at the same time I suffer from imposter syndrome, and every time I'm drawing something I'm like, oh, this is not unique enough, this is not interesting enough, it's too simple or is too complicated and stuff like that. And I hated the process of trying to find a manufacturer who will do them for you, because at that time I was living in the UK and everything that I could find like locally was extremely expensive, and I actually ended up buying my own printer and printing like A4 sheets and then cutting them with my hands, which was at first pretty interesting, but later it got very tedious and my hands hurt. But overall I really did like it and I want to do more. I also forgot to mention that I tried making postcards and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed turning my illustrations into an actual physical cardboard piece of postcard, like the things that you see in shops, but it's like your drawing and you have it in your hands and it feels a little surreal. And the process of finding a manufacturer was a little easier than the one for stickers. I found one locally and the quality was great and the prices were also great. So unfortunately I moved away from the UK, so now I'm gonna have to find another one. Cross stitch embroidery, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's so satisfying to see the lines become crosses when you go from one side to another, and then seeing the whole picture getting created. I used to love it way more when I was a child, probably because I had a lot more time to spend on that, because it takes a lot of time, and now I don't really have that much patience, I guess. Straight stitch embroidery, I'm not sure what it's called exactly. I tried to Google it and I'm still not sure, but I'm gonna give it like 3 out of 10. I tried making a t-shirt with Levi and it looks pretty bad. Like when you stretch it, it's okay because it's like it's all tight and stuff, but then when you let it go, it's like just it crumbles and it doesn't look very nice. But the second design that I did with a bee actually gets me a lot of compliments, and I think it also looks good, and I love the colors, but at the same time I just really do not have the patience to sew in like straight line over and over again like thousands of times until you get an opaque picture. Purse making, I'm not sure if it has like an official name or something, but I did try making a purse out of a plastic canvas, and again I really enjoyed the process. It was fun creating an actual purse out of just a straight piece of plastic, so I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10, just because it's not something that I would like to do over and over again. I tried it once and it's like enough for me. Beads, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I got a very cheap kit off of Amazon and it has like all of my beads were different sizes, and that made the final product look terrible and it was driving me a little bit crazy. And also the fact that you need to deal with all those wires and threads and stuff like that, I guess it's just not my cup of tea. Painting on glass, I love painting on glass. It's just such an interesting thing to do. Even if you don't know how to draw, you're gonna be able to make it, and the final result, like when you do the reveal, especially if you weren't looking at it when you will do while you were doing it, it looks so great. If you go outside and the sun is shining and then you turn it around and it's this bright amazing looking picture with a see-through glass background, I don't know, it brings me a lot of joy. But at the same time I feel like I'm wasting a lot of paint when I'm doing it, because you really need to get a lot on there to make it opaque. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Needle felting, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I tried it once so far. I really like the final thing that I made, except for the body. I like the head because it's round, it looks cute, and the body isn't doing that great. It was very interesting to see it all come together, but I really don't have the patience to make it like rock solid. As far as I understand, you have to do that. Mine is a little bit more fluffy. I don't know, I like it this way too. I didn't see any problem with it. Like, I thought it's gonna come apart at one point or something, but it didn't, and it's been like almost a year, I guess. So I did like it, but I'm gonna put it in a category of a more dangerous things to try, because the amount of time that sharp needle went into my finger is insane. Thankfully, the kit that I got went with a finger protector, but I've seen people who do it without finger protection, and I'm like, how are you doing it? You're crazy. So yeah, interesting stuff, but if you want to try it, make sure to wear protection. Soap making. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I tried it only once and it went terribly wrong. Like, I liked trying it, learning how to do it, but it's just not something I would want to do regularly or something, like a hobby. I guess it's a fun activity to do with your friends, or maybe if you want to become a professional and get all of those professional tools and stuff like I see on TikTok, actual productions of soap making. This looks fun, but just making it at home for fun on my own doesn't seem very appealing to me. Candle making. It's also going to be a 5 out of 10. It sort of falls into the category of soap making. It was fun creating a container out of clay and then creating an actual candle. It was fun, but at the same time, I just really not a big fan of candles. I really want to be, but the smell of candles makes me nauseous instantly. So yeah, I really love the concept of candles, but it's just a hobby not for me. Friendship bracelets. This is also gonna be like a 5 out of 10. I think you have to have a lot more precision for it than I anticipated. I did only one bracelet and it looked crooked, but at the same time, like for the first time try, it was okay, I guess. There's also different techniques that you can use, and people in the comments told me that I chose I guess one of the most difficult ones, but I did enjoy the process anyway. I enjoyed learning how to do it, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing much more in the future. I also tried macrame, and I'm gonna give it like 3 out of 10. The beginning was alright, I was doing fine. The yarn or the thread was too long though, so it was a little messy, but the first level of yarn was okay. The problem started after that, so at one point I gave up and decided not to follow the instructions because it was getting too confusing, and I was just winging it, and the final result wasn't as good as the picture I was trying to replicate. But at the same time, I did use another kind of yarn because I couldn't find the one that they used. It's looking okay. It's one of the techniques of macrame. I'm guessing there are other different kinds that I may try, but this one was interesting to try, but I'm not gonna be trying it again, I don't think. Miniature making, I guess. 8 out of 10. I once got a wooden birdhouse that you could decorate yourself, and I decided to make it a little like an actual house. I made furniture out of clay, and then little like things out of paper and yarn. I really enjoyed the process of like coming up with a design of the whole house and choosing the materials from which you're gonna do like all the furniture and things. It was very interesting, and I really want to try it again. Painting on clothes. I love the fact that you can use just regular simple acrylic paint and you don't have to buy anything extra, but at the same time the clothes that you painted become very stiff and I don't really like the feel of it. And also if the cloth, like the fabric, is textured like jeans, it's gonna be a pain in the ass trying to paint on like a bigger area, but it was a lot of fun to try it, and I love how the jeans turned out. The jacket wasn't the best, but I guess it's okay from far away. So yeah, I would definitely try it again. And I guess that's all for now. This is all the crafts so far. I'm really hoping to try pottery. I'm actually in the process of trying to get my hands on some ceramic clay right now. Also, epoxy resin seems like a lot of dangerous fun, so I'm actually waiting for the delivery of a resin kit, so stay tuned for that. And another more unattainable craft that I want to try is a tuft gun rug making. It looks amazing, but it's so expensive. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to try it one day. So yeah, feel free to share in the comments what is your favorite hobby. Do you agree with my ratings? And let me know what other crafts are out there, like which ones I can try. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!